Hello everybody, I'm Baltmatrix, and today it's time to take a look at everybody's favorite rat, and that is Core Class RATTRAP from Transformers War for Cybertron Kindom. Seriously, that name is a mouthful, and I am getting very tired of saying it. So, Core Class RATTRAP, what do I think of it? Well, it's certainly RATTRAP. Hasbro even got the feet right. I mean, look at those little pinky toes. The overall coloring works incredibly well, and it is painted beautifully at this size class. Oh man, that head sculpt is wonderful. Now, before you say he's on the small side, duh. I mean, he's even shorter than Vertebrake and Prime. He's quite literally the shortest of all of them at the top of the head. Now, at the top of the backpack, however, he's the tallest. But at this size, he is perfect for riding some dinosaurs. Yeah! And even at this size class, he comes with a pretty darn big gun that is, as far as I can tell, show accurate. The only odd thing is, though, that the gun is nearly half the length of the figure. Posability is also quite good, even though he's got one heck of a backpack. Head is on a swivel, shoulders are on ball joints and hinges for forward and back, ball joint at the elbow, no fist articulation, ball joint in the crotch, or I should say hip, ball joint in the knee, an extra joint at the shin for the transformation, and then ball joint to the foot. So you could pull off some interesting poses. And yes, he can even do aerobics, like 1980s Jane Fonda aerobics, which is weird. Thanks, Carlos, for putting that in my head. There is a very small slot on his backpack for the gun storage, and it pegs in with no problem. It is a little weird that they're the exact same color, though. I don't know, I feel like I could lose it pretty easily. I wish it was just a little bit different. Of course, I would probably complain about that, so yeah, let's just leave it at this. And let's get into the transformation. Start off by turning the head 180 degrees to point directly around. Come to the backpack and unpeg the first section of the backpack and just move that out of the way. Then grab the entire backpack, and normally I have to move the arms out of the way first to do this, and unhinge it down away from the figure. Push the robot head down and flip up the rat head, and this whole mechanism is ratcheted, so it does feel a little bit weird. And then we can come in and push the backpack down into place over the robot head. Yes, I realize a little bit of the robot head coloring is sticking out. There's not much I can do about that. Straighten out the backpack and push the tail in all the way, and then fully straighten out the rat's back. Come to the front of the figure and fold the arms up like this, pointing to the sky. Then unhinge the arms from the backpack armor and fold them down so that they are just kind of hanging off the ball joints like that. There is a peg in the backpack that the top of the shoulders are going to peg into. Once you've got the shoulders pegged in correctly, you can see that it goes, instead of 90 degrees, it's like 110 degrees down and pegged into place. I end up having to just flop the feet around in order to get them pegged in correctly. Next, turn the elbows and put them off to the side like this at a 30-ish degree angle. Turn the legs in at the ball joint, and then bend the ball joint up. Point the toes out as far as they will go. Turn the shin joint around 90 degrees, bend it down, and then turn the feet so that the front of the feet are pointing towards the top of the rat. So then the bottom of the rat feet are going to look kind of like this, and then we will take the rat sides, turn them down, and cover up the arms. Once we close the body of the rat over the legs and hips, what we're going to want to do then is turn the arms so that they are pointing down just a little bit and bring the legs up. And what's going to happen is the arms will get pegged into these two pegs right here, and the tops of the legs, right there and right there, will peg into these pieces here. My initial thoughts of the beast mode are, it's fine, I guess. It's a small little rat that has the ability to wield a weapon on its rear hind leg. And these hind legs suck. I mean, this whole idea sucks. I am very impressed with the engineering and the design thought put into it, but I don't think the execution is all that great, simply because the back end just comes unpegged way too easily. Oh well. I would have loved for the mouse mouth to open or something, or there to be some way to pose the damn thing, but nope. Just nope. I mean, at least he kind of fits into Paleorex's mouth in beast mode. That's not nothing. I wonder if this would work with Megatron when he comes out. I will have to test that. Compared to the other core class figures, I think RATTRAP is probably the weakest in terms of alt mode. He is slightly bigger than Prime in terms of length, but definitely not height. I think Vertebrae is my favorite of the three, easily. It's just both modes are excellent. Prime is fine, but I really like Vertebrae. Now, RATTRAP in robot mode is perfect. Beast mode, not so much. Now, I really don't want to dissuade anyone from picking RATTRAP up. I think as a robot, the figure's really good. I mean, really good. But as a beast, it's got issues. It really does. And the beast mode is just does not want to stay together. Speaking of not wanting to stay together, I just ripped off a ball joint. It's not awful though, and it's definitely not the worst it could be or as bad as it could have been. It's an okay figure. It's just got some issues. So, would I recommend picking this up? Okay, I'm going to have to go with Vertebrae first, then RATTRAP, then Prime. And the reason Prime is at the bottom is simply because there are other better Primes out there. Now, if you can only afford to splurge on one Prime, and it can only be $10, then Core Class Prime, you're going to be hard-pressed to find anything better, though you might be able to go online and find some of the Core Class Cyberverse figures from like Dark of the Moon that are the movie class Prime. But if you want a G1 Prime, that's really going to be your best bet. What about RATTRAP? Well, you've got the original Basics class figure from way back in the day. Good luck finding a decent version of that. Then you've got the Generations version of RATTRAP, which was a deluxe class, which would probably almost be in scale with the Black Arachnia figure now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't really think of any other RATTRAP figures off the top of my head that would really do the character justice. This figure is pretty good. I do wish it was bigger, and I do wish the rat form was better, but I had those same complaints way back in the day with the Generations figure. I wish it was bigger, and I wish the rat form was better. Maybe just a transformer that turns into a rat is just a bad idea in general. Here's hoping we get a Transmetal version that's a deluxe class figure. So folks, let me know what you think of RATTRAP down in the comments. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much for watching. Head down to the description to pick this figure up over at the Big Bad Toy Store or the Command Store. Also, while you're down there, please consider following me over on Patreon and Twitter. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time.